everyone, it's Meg, and today I'm going to be doing the BookTube Newbie Tag. This is the first ever tag that I am doing on this channel, and I thought that it was appropriate since I am a BookTube newbie. I have had my channel for nearly a year now, even though you probably can't tell because your girl's not always been great at uploading. But besides the point, I thought this would be a good tag to do because it's a chance for you guys to get to know me a bit more and to just kind of get to know why I started my channel. So I have the questions on my phone here, so without further ado, let's get started. Question number 1. Why did you start your channel? I started my channel because I guess like a lot of people who have started BookTube, I love reading, obviously, and even though I have been brought up with literature throughout my life, I have always read as a child. As soon as I could read, I was reading books, and my parents were always reading to me as I grew up. Even though reading and literature has been a part of my life whilst growing up, I don't actually have that many people who read the same sort of books that I do or even read at all. So it's just really nice to have a platform where I can talk to other like-minded people about the books that I love and just also meet loads of people and hopefully some really wonderful people that also share the same passions as I do. Obviously we all like reading, but just find people that I can really connect with and just talk to them about the books that I love. And yeah, I guess the main reason is because I love reading and I want to talk about all the books that I read, and it's just great to have a platform and be a part of a community where I can talk about books, basically. Question number 2. What are some fun and unique things that you can bring to BookTube? I'm not quite sure about this question. I mean, I'm not going out of my way to be extra different and extra special and all that sort of thing. Like, I just want to be me throughout all of these videos, and I hope I come across that way. I don't know, I guess I like poetry, even though that is a common theme throughout BookTube for a lot of BookTubers, but I love other stuff apart from modern poetry, and I really want to make more videos about it in the future. I guess what I'm bringing is just me as a person. Like, obviously all of us are different and all have different opinions on BookTube, and I'm just personally bringing my own opinion and my own take on things, on videos and different creative ideas. So yeah, I guess that's what I'm bringing. I'm just bringing myself and my personal uniqueness, like everybody is unique. So yeah, I guess that's probably how I answer the question, even though I didn't answer that very well at all. Question number 3. What are you most excited for about this channel? Obviously, relating back to the first question, to be able to talk about books and discuss my opinions with all of you guys, and to meet new people and new booktubers and anybody who loves books. But also the creativeness of it. I'm a very creative person. I have grown up in a very creative family, and making videos is something that I've never really done before, even though I have actually got another YouTube channel that I don't use anymore. So I guess apart from the reading aspect and being able to talk to people about books, it's just the creativity and coming up with content that I really enjoy creating and sharing. Just being able to express my creativity in a new way, because obviously videography is a bit different to photography, which is what I am. Like, I'm a photographer and I love to write also, but it's just a new creative way for me to express myself, and I really like the idea of that. Question number 4. Why do you love reading? I love reading, I guess, like a lot of people would say, because it's an escape. When you read a book, like, your bookshelf is filled with hundreds of different worlds and different characters that you become friends with, and when you're dealing with slightly more difficult things throughout life, it's sometimes having a little bit of time, even if it's like 5 minutes, to pick up a book and escape to a different world and to be with different people, I think that is just so, so wonderful. I am the sort of person who loves stories. Whether it's creating stories for my work, through my photography and my writing, to reading about stories in books, and the fact that you are living your own story, you're creating your own story in real life as the person that you are right now. And I just love that idea so much. And I love reading also because it's, like I said, it's an escapism, and it really helps me, like when I'm struggling with mental health or I need a break from something, I can just pick up a book and you forget about everything for a little while. And sometimes it's just really nice to be in that world, to be in a different world, and to just be somewhere else for a while and to live other people's lives. Like, as well as stories, books give you the chance to live as somebody else, and you get to live in many different worlds, experience so many different things without even leaving your bedroom, which I think is amazing. So those are probably some of the reasons of why I love reading. Question number 5. What series got you into reading? I don't have any particular series that necessarily got me into reading. Like I've mentioned before, I've grown up with reading, so it's something that has always been around in my life. But when I was younger, any childhood books, I don't know. When I was younger, I read loads of horsey related books because I was obsessed with horses back then. I still am now, but not like I used to be. I read a load of books by Peter Clover. He wrote the Sheltie series. Not many people probably have heard of that unless if you are a horse mad person. Sandy Lane Stables, Pony Club Camp, I think that's what it was called. Like, all those series I binge read as a child, and then probably the first young adult series that I got into was The Gallagher Girls by Ali Carter. I devoured that series. It was the first series in a very long time that really took me into this whole different world and just gripped me, and I just remember adoring it so, so much. Even though I don't necessarily, like I said, have a particular series that did get me into reading, I would say some of those series did definitely spark my love for reading even more. Question number 6. What questions would you ask your favourite booktubers? Not really sure what to go for this question, but probably what I would ask them is, how do you read so many books? Like, I'm lucky if I read 2 books in a month. That is good for me because I'm not a fast reader at all. Because I feel like if I try to read faster, I just do not enjoy the book as much. And just in general, I am not a very fast reader at all. So I would ask them, how do you do it so quick? How do you read a book so quickly? Question number 7. What challenges do you think starting a BookTube channel will be the hardest to overcome? I guess for me, I don't really know. I don't know many of the answers to these questions, to be honest with you. The challenges to overcome will probably be uploading regularly is probably one of them. And editing, I'm not a massive fan of editing. Depends on how much I like the video for how much I am willing to edit it. But being regular with my content, because I don't like filming when anybody else is in the house, so I always have to film when nobody else is at home. So that's why I try to pre-film like 5 videos at once, so then I have loads pre-filmed, and also it's just easier pre-filming videos anyway, so then I don't have to film as much. Also that, and also just learning to have my own opinions and not let other people's reading or what is popular right now to influence me. Generally, I'm the sort of person who doesn't like to follow the crowd. I like to go in a totally different direction altogether. But I just really, yeah, I guess just keeping regular with an uploading schedule and making sure that I create videos that I love. Question number 8. When did you start reading? Like I've mentioned a couple times in this video before, reading is something that I have grown up with and has been a part of my life for as long as I can remember. And my aunt used to be a librarian, so she would go to all these book events and she would bring back books for me and meet all these authors. So books was something that she would always give to me as presents, and just in general, it's something, like I said, it's something that I've grown up with and that has been a very important part of my life and in my family. So I've always been reading, to be honest with you. From the moment that I could read a book, I would read a book, and my parents read stories to me growing up. So I've been reading my entire life basically, and I've never stopped, and I have no plans to at all. Question number 9. Where do you read? Generally I read here in my bedroom on my bed, and I also like to read in the bath, and I like to read when I'm having breakfast in the morning, generally because it's nice and quiet. I like to be comfy when I read generally, so my bedroom is usually the best place. And also I just find that certain places I feel like I can get into my book more. Like if I'm sat at a coffee shop, say, sometimes I don't feel like I get into the book as much, but when it's, say I'm sat at home, I guess probably because it's quieter, I feel like I can really get into my book and really enjoy it. Question number 10. What sort of books do you like to read? The books that I like to read are generally young adult, contemporary, a bit of magical realism, even though I haven't actually read that many books from that genre, but I would definitely like to read more. I love to read books about mental health, LGBTQ+ books. I love to read classics, and I love to read poetry collections and any other form of books about poetry. I also do like to read some non-fiction books, like self-help or self-improvement books. I have a couple of those which I really enjoy reading, but I feel like contemporary, like young adult contemporary, is the main sort of books that I like to read. So that is it for the BookTube Newbie Tag. Don't think I answered most of those questions very well. Some of them I don't really know what to answer to them, if I'm perfectly honest, but I'm just really excited to have this channel and to just have a platform where I can connect with so many people about something that we all love. And I hope that by doing this tag you guys got to know a little bit more about me and as a reader, and kind of why I started this channel. If you like this video, then please make sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you would like to see more bookish content from me, then please make sure you click that subscribe button and hit the bell icon so you'll be notified every time I post a new video. As always, I will leave the links to my social media, my Goodreads and my blog in the description down below for you guys. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again very soon. Bye!